And guess what? There, Sasha Banks is gonna think that she's gonna go to fucking AEW and make it big, and it ain't gonna happen because nobody gives a shit about women's wrestling. People
There
say
you
that
go.
they don't. People say that they do, but it's just it's just always gonna be women's wrestling. Look at the look at the WNBA. It's been around for years. It's been around for decades, and it's always been a joke.
There you go. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
It's not hate,
I
it's
don't think
facts.
I don't think that's the same with women's wrestling. I think women's wrestling it's
Okay.
not that go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not that no one cares about women's wrestling. It's that the promoters don't care about women's wrestling enough to build a decent storyline to get you to care about women's wrestling.
I'll agree with that. You're absolutely
So
right.
that's where the problem is. I wouldn't put it on the ladies wrestling themselves. Um,
Yeah, but if they were
like
better,
they're
if they were better and they drew, like the only thing that they're good for is eye candy.
well, obviously they're good wrestlers too. Some of them.
Some of them
Sasha
maybe,
Banks is a
but
good wrestler.
but okay, the best women's wrestler still isn't still isn't as good as some of the worst men's wrestlers.
Oh, come on. Okay, you gonna tell me that you would rather watch a Baron Corbin match than a Sasha Banks match?
Yes, because the end of days is an exciting finishing move.
Well, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch a Baron Corbin match.
That's
What
fair.
about the Miz? What about the Miz? You'd rather watch? You're gonna invest in a Miz match
I love the skull.
over?
I love skull crushing finale. It's my favorite move in
Or
all
you
of
want to watch
wrestling.
the? You think the Great Khali's gonna get out there and put on some five-star classic?
Ah, the blah, the blah. That was Punjabi for Great Khali's my favorite wrestler.
See, that's where you lose your credibility.
How's that?
Calling the Great Khali your favorite. He can't even like.
He's my favorite
He can
Punjabi
barely
wrestler.
move.
What are you talking about?
He can barely.
But yes, I would rather watch a Great Khali match because at least the person Great Khali is going against is going to be exciting.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, at the very
They,
like
he that match, that Punjabi prison or whatever match with
yeah.
Dave Batista was maybe one of the worst matches in history, and that had nothing to do with Dave Batista.
Sasha Banks is she thinks she's gonna go to AEW and make a big payday, and I don't know, it ain't gonna work out.
Well, I think she could. She definitely could. Like she is that talent
They
that
can't.
could turn things around. But Sasha Banks, she could definitely be that talent that turns the division,
Mm, no,
but she needs the backing from like Tony Khan has to let her build a division or put more emphasis on the women. And right now he doesn't do that.
I'm
Like
telling you.
they have the talent right now to have the best division, women, the best women's division. They have the talent for that. You know, they have Ember Moon, they have Tony Storm, they have Britt Baker,
Yeah.
they have Chris Statlander, go on, so on and so forth. Like they have the talent. It's a matter of booking, and Tony Khan doesn't book the women's division.
You know, in NXT, the Charlotte and Becky and Bailey and Sasha, they were all making a buzz. and they were putting on entertaining matches. Everybody was talking about how, oh, the women's division's back. And then they go to the main roster and they basically do the same thing. They they make the women's division more exciting. They're on top. They're featured on television. They're main event and pay-per-views. But you know what happens? People stop giving a shit because
No,
at the
go
end of
ahead.
the day,
Sorry, finish your thought.
at the end of the day, women's wrestling is fucking boring. And it's just it looks like a rehearsed dance routine. It looks like a rehearsed dance routine with the men, but it's even worse with the ladies. It's super choreographed. It's not believable. It's terrible. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think I even need to. We'll let the comment section tell you.
Okay.